Alright, good old 5-string sweeping. So, reference this video whenever you're ready to start working on it. So, some things we talked about, like pick slant stuff. So, when you're doing these, basically, you want to have that downward slant for all the down strokes. And then, after you do that, you want to tilt your hand this way for the upward slant. And if we're going to stick with that specific pattern on the screen right now, after you hit that last upstroke, you gotta rotate your arm so this way you're able to start that downstroke again. As you get faster, another thing we talked about is doubling up the root note. So that would have you downward slant, and then up, 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 up. After you hit the root note again, or hit the root note the first time coming back down, we hit the root note again as we ascend. As far as practicing it, I mean, starting with the 8th notes is always a good thing. Or that's playing it how it's written there, not doubling the root note. So, here's what I was telling you, doing 3 notes a click. So it just gets weird with these things because of the amount of notes being used in a row. But you could do triplets, it's just going to be a little odd. So I would repeat a pattern like that as many times as needed until you're able to end that last note on a down beat. So again, doing the 3 notes a click. Four notes a click, we have so it's definitely a doable thing. Doubling up the root note though, again, you can do the 2 notes click, which would be the kind of obvious way to do it to start, but it would still be a little bit weird because that would give us 11 notes instead of the 10 that's up there. So here it is, doubling the root note, doing the 2 notes a click. So just 2 repetitions will get you ending on a down beat. You could repeat it more than that for sure. 3 notes a click, doubling the root note. Four notes a click, doubling the root note. And then with the way it's written right there, without doubling the root note, you could space it out 5 notes a click So you'd have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your hammered on note would be the 1 of the next group of 5. So just different ways to go about playing them. Of course, you got your minor, diminished, major up there, or written out for you. So take that theory knowledge and apply it to it, whatever key you want, really. So, like for this key, C, starting down on F is a pretty decent place because the stretches are ridiculous. So just start on the F note there and play that major shape. G major, get your A minor, C major as it's written. Then you get your D minor, just play that shape starting on the D, then E minor, play that shape starting on the E. So, just like a chord, you're just moving the shape to the appropriate root note. Alright, so this dude, just a way of going up and down the 5 and 3 string shapes there. And this is basically like how I was given stuff like 20 years ago. My instructor gave me the 3 note or the 3 string shapes and the 5 string shapes. You can definitely do 4. You would just be starting on the 3rd interval. So like with that A minor shape up there, you can just start on again the 10. So you can do that. And also what we talked about, just taking any kind of chord shape and arpeggiating it. So take that shape there, that C shape, and just sweep it. Just hammer onto something at the top of it. Anyway, play this thing. So this is what it would be, what it should sound like here. Of course, you can also double the root note at the bottom of the big shape. So I'll do the 4 notes a click here, doubling the root note at the bottom. It does make it a bit easier to play the sweeps stupidly fast if you double up that bottom note. I was just basically feeling out 4 notes there until I noticed I was ending. I finally got to end that root note on that down on the click. And yeah, do that with any of those shapes, any of the 5 string shapes. This one, just the way I like to do the sweep, the 3 string sweep. Let's start with the hammer on pull off instead. And sometimes it can be a little easier. To do it this way. Let's see. Let me get the names in there. It's not showing the name. Oh well. I'll go with that. Anyway, so here's how this one would go. Double that one. Let's double it again. Can I actually do it though? Well, I don't practice sweep picking very often anymore. Ugh, yeah. Damn it. Whew! The whole held my breath doing that. Really had to concentrate. Yeah, another thing we talked about was, you take a shape, and instead of hammering on to the note, the obvious note, but the one that was written out, let me do it over here, have more stretch. So instead of hammering on to that 15, you can hammer on to 17, hammer on to 13, in between them. You just experiment with different sounds. You just kind of visualize some shapes too. There's another thing you could do is just take chord shapes you know. Basically, it's taking a C add 9, and I'm just hammering on, pulling off to the adjacent notes. Stuff like that can be fun to do, and just kind of combining other chords at the same time. Like, the hell did I just do? Basically, went up that C add 9, then did the hammer on pull off to the adjacent notes, and then hit this A minor shape. Hammer on, pull off those adjacent notes. Back to that. Damn it. That's just a lot of muscle memory right there. I mean, I can see the shapes as I'm fiddling around like that. So the other one idea I talked about was like taking we can do any of the chords really. I think it's a little bit easier to do these. Like that minor chord there, that A minor, and then doing a bit of a palm mute there. So you can practice doing like the chords that she got laid out in key. You can also work on this with your A harmonic minor as well. So, hope that makes sense. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you gotta hit that top note twice. What else? I also mentioned about you can take your diminished stuff in harmonic minor, move it up and down to minor third. In other words, 3 frets apart. So like taking the same thing with the diminished 7, which we haven't got to yet, so never mind on that. You can take your diminished chord, move it up 3 frets, down 3 frets. It's all in harmonic minor. So yes, technically you have 4 diminished chords in harmonic minor. You can play a B diminished, D diminished, F diminished, G sharp diminished, and then once you or you can do that with the sweep stuff too. I mentioned that. So there's your F root note right there. So you plug in the shape right there, and then you can just start moving that sweep pattern up and down 3 frets. That was terrible. Yeah. So, a little fun thing you can do when you start messing with the diminished. And yes, you asked about, finger rolls. And my suggestion was avoid it as much as you can. You can get more precise sounding sweeping if you avoid it. Sometimes it's okay. It really depends on the context of what it is you're playing. I mean, I'll use it for some stuff, but very rare. I can't think of an example off the top of my head as far as like what song I may have done it with. And it wasn't a very fast thing either with the finger roll. But anyway, so if any questions come up with the sweep stuff, just let me know. It doesn't have to be a right away question. Even if it's like 3 months from now you have a sweep question, let me know. And then next time we'll plan on printing out like I can do the 6-string sweeps, so I know those two. But like I mentioned, like if you just look up, sweep picking patterns or sweep picking shapes, you'll find a ridiculous amount. And actually, I have something that you might want with sweep shapes. I need to find it. I had a bunch of stuff. Anyway, yeah. So we'll add the main thing we'll do next time. Be like different finger combinations that are challenging, so you can keep pushing and coordination and all that fun stuff. All right. This is almost 20 minutes. All right. Yeah. Let me know any questions, and I will see you again in 2 weeks.